Hi everybody, it's Wanda. Happy Monday. I hope everybody's having a blessed day today. I know that I am. Thank you, Jesus, always on my side and always provides. And let's see what he provided today. So I have a head of broccoli here that's getting a little soft, so I might as well just steam it up. I'm gonna have some steamed broccoli. I have some chicken. I have some potatoes, and I have more onions. I am utilizing these onions all day. Utilize. I need to finish them off. There's so many of them, so if I could use them on a daily basis, I'm gonna use them for a recipe. I'm gonna make a brown chicken, and I cut off all the skins of the chicken. See how the chicken is? I didn't cut the skin off. Hold on one second. Let me get it clear. Yes, that fell. Okay, so here's my plate, right? I'm gonna put this chicken right here because I want to show you. I tore it up. I took out all the skin, all the fat, but I left the bone because I need that bone. I want flavor in my meat, and it's gonna get it from the bone. So I totally cleaned up all these chickens. And those poor chicken skins were just looking at me like, what? And I said, don't worry, baby, I got a plan for you. So I took my chicken and I pulled off all the skins, just like so. And I put them to the side. Now I have a whole pile of chicken skin. You know what I'm gonna do with this, right? Because if you don't know, I'll tell you. I'm gonna make some fried, not pork grinds, but chicken grinds. I'm gonna fry them up into nice little crispy little pieces of chicken grind. There's so many, and it's such a shame. I love chicken skin, depending on how I make it, what seasonings are on top of it. I love it, whether it's soft or crunchy. But in this recipe that I'm making with the brown sauce, I took all that off and I proceeded to, let me tell you, I took my chicken, and it has still so much fat around it, if you could see. So what I did was I just cut it off, cleaned it up, grab a knife, and you cut that part off, like so. Just give it a little slice, and you take all that fat off. I don't need none of that. That is nasty. That is like bad carbs or bad cholesterol in the fat. So I just took it up and I cleaned it up. Wherever I saw something that was unpleasant, I just took it off, and I'm left with a nice piece of clean chicken here. Like I said, I'd take it off, okay? If I don't like it, I'm taking it off, just to show you that you can leave your chicken nice and clean. There you go. So now that I have the chicken clean, I gave it a little slice there, and another one like really close to the bone. Okay, so on the back, I just gave it a little slice there, just so they can cook well. That's why I have all this chicken here, already all nice and clean. And I have my chicken skins that I'm gonna fry. I'm gonna get rid of this really quick and wash my hands. And my knife. So bear with me. Okay, so my hands are clean. My hands are clean now, and I'm gonna start this because right here, let me find my little clicker, just in case you think my nose ring look such a hard time to put on, but I think it looks so nice. All right, so let's see if it cooperates. Will you cooperate? No, we won't. And look, they both things. Okay, so I'm turning them off. This one, the back one, I'm gonna leave it at full boiling mode. This one in the front, I'm gonna bring it down to a simmer because I want the pan to be hot, but not too hot. All right, so I'm gonna chop up these potatoes and I'm gonna put them in the water. And I'm gonna take all these onions and I'm gonna chop them up really small so I could stir fry them in the pan and then throw the chicken. So, well, I'll do that. You can hold on a minute, I'll be right back. Okay, so look at all these potatoes. I mean, these onions. Look at all those onions. That's a lot of onions, right? But it's not a problem because they're going to cook down so small. Yeah, I know you saw that. I dropped a piece. All right, that's okay. It's not a problem. We can get that later. All I know is that these onions, I do not want to see them, let them go bad. So if you see me making a lot of recipes with onions, that's why. I didn't get a chance to peel them and put them in the ice box, so I'm using them fresh. So just chopping them like this. I have a lot of onions to chop. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of oil. Okay, let me find my oil. I can't find the pretty bottle. Okay, I got it. It's always buried. So I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil and I'm going to put it in my pan. About that much for now. That's good. I'm going to throw these in there. Okay, I put those in there because I need the room right now because that water is about to boil. And I'm just going to randomly cut these potatoes. I want to make mashed potatoes, okay? I'm making mashed potatoes, so I'm just going to cut them up. They're already cleaned, and they're already cleaned and peeled, so I'm just going to chop them up real quick. Small pieces, not tiny pieces. Okay, that's good. Okay, got those in. Now, I want to make mashed potatoes, but I don't want to make mashed potatoes only with these potatoes. I want to use a bag of potatoes because I got a big box from Costco of those instant potatoes. So I just want to have some fresh potatoes in there and a bag of the already mixed up that has that nice buttery taste going on. I like that. I like those potatoes, but sometimes they could be a little salty. So I will throw them with these potatoes and then they won't be that salty. So my onions are good. Hope it doesn't overflow. Okay, not yet, but it will be. I'm gonna have to take a little bit of water out of there. Don't need that much water to boil these little tiny potatoes. So let's put these in. Ooh, let me get a little cup that I have here. This measuring cup will do just fine. Just gonna take about 2 cups of water out of it because it really is a lot of water. Okay, you know what? That's good right there. So I'm gonna boil those potatoes. I'm gonna get my little spatula here and let's give this a little higher heat. Okay, this is where I'm gonna be adding my chicken, but not until my onions cook. So I'm gonna be adding a lot of onions. I said there's a lot of onions to add up. Oh, I'm gonna keep cutting them. I'll be back. Okay, so my potatoes are boiling. Like I said, I didn't add any salt to it because the mashed potatoes that I'm going to be using, they have salt. So I'm just waiting for these potatoes to cook up. And my onions, that looks like a whole pot of onions, but they will cook down, okay? They're not going to stay like that, but I'm definitely going to throw in some butter because I want them to cook with butter before I put my chicken in here. Okay, that's good. And since I have the butter out, I'm gonna take this whole, I already cleaned it and I put a little water on the bottom so I could steam it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it around and just cut some pieces where it could lay flat and the stalk can cook. So just open it up a little bit like that. Okay, that's good. I really want my stalks to cook up because they're really big stalks. So, okay, so I have my my broccoli already cut, and I want to add some butter to that a little bit. That's good. And I'm just gonna go get some seasonings and put it in here also. This will all melt down. I hope you can see it with the pot in the way, but I'll show you anyway. Look, see? I have the water in there. Now I'm going to get a little bit of the seasonings. I'm only going to use one kind of seasoning, the garlic and butter herb, because it seems to have so many flavors in there that anything else will just overpower them. Alright, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it into the microwave for about 4 minutes or 5 minutes if it needs it. But for now, I'm going to put it at 4 minutes. Alright, 4 minutes in the microwave. I don't need the butter. I don't, well, this I'm kind of going to need again because I want to fry the chicken skins. So tasty. Alright, so I'm waiting on the chicken. I'm not going to do anything to that. I really want this heat to start cooking up a little. Let me get my handle. Okay, so let's cook these onions down. They're gonna take a few minutes, so I'm just gonna keep waiting, and I'll be back when I show you how I want them to cook down, how much. Okay, I'll be back. Hi everybody, I'm back. Okay, so I have 2 cups of water. It says it only needs 1 cup of water for this gravy, but I'm gonna add 2 because I want this chicken to cook down. So let me get my scissors here. Okay, what I think I want to do is I want to mix it up in here first instead of throwing it right on the onions. I don't want to do that. So I have it there, and I have a fork. Okay, there goes all my brown gravy, and I'm just going to give it a little taste because I want to see what it tastes like before I add. It's going to need a little bit more flavor than that, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my chicken. I'm going to put it right on top of those onions best way I can. This is going to shrink down, so it's not going to be a problem. Just going to place them all around. Like I said, this is going to all shrink down a little, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to put the last one right in here, and that's it. Okay, so now that I have my chicken in there, now what I want to do is I want to take a little bit of the seasonings. I'm just going to add it right on top of the chicken. This is the butter and herb. I'm not adding anything else to that. Okay, that looks like a good amount. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to raise the heat on this all the way, and then I'm going to pour this gravy mix right on top. I think that's all I'm going to fill it up to right now. I'm going to leave the gravy on the side, and I can use it again. But right now, I'm just going to cover this up, and I'm going to let it come to a boil, a simmer. Just make sure that those onions get nice and wet in there. Alright, so I'm going to cover this up, and I'm going to cook this for about, I would say an hour, maybe an hour or 45 minutes. I'm going to put this gravy to the side, and I'm going to check my potatoes because I don't think they're ready yet. Some of them are ready. I want them to be really nice and soft. Okay, you know what? They're getting there. Hold on 1 second. This is the eyesore, and I got to clean it. Alright, I can't get to it all now, but alright, got a little mess going on there. Alright, so this is covered. Now, this is the box of 12-pack of potatoes that I got in Costco. This is the one that I said I liked it because it has that buttery flavor to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one packet out. one bag out. I'm going to use one bag. The rest I'm going to put away. I like them because sometimes I do run out of butter and all the other flavors and seasonings. So sometimes I just use these. Okay, so I have my pan here, and this pan I'm going to put all the potatoes in there, which I think should be ready. I think they're nice and soft. Yeah, they have a nice little softness to them. I think they're nice and tender, but I feel like this one I can't put the fork in it for some reason. No. Alright, so I'm just going to leave that in a little longer for now. And these little chicken skins that I'm going to fry up. Just going to put them in a different bowl right here. They're just chicken skins and nothing else. Now I'm thinking if I should cut them in half, because they're going to shrivel up a little, so I'll just make 2 out of 1. I'll put it on the side, and then I'll grab this one and cut it like that. Okay, did I see a plucking feather? Oh no, is that feather? Okay, so yeah, chickens do have feathers. If you see it, pluck it out. Okay, that's another one. I'm trying to get them from the bottom and move the ones that I cut already to the side. So, this one seems like a big one. Okay, we're going to cut that up. It's going to be like chicken cracklings. So yummy. That's why I would not part with this skin right now. Because the flavor, the texture, amazing. Alright, so we're almost done. Could leave that piece like that. Here's another big one. Let's cut it in half. So let's find another big one. I don't think there are any more big ones. Nope, they're all cut up. Alright, so they're all cut up. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a little bit of my my butter and garlic and herb, and I'm just going to throw it right on top. Okay, I think that's good. That'll give it a nice flavor. Okay, let's see. I want to make sure all of them get a nice flavor. Alright, that's good. Not too salty. Alright, so this is done. I'm going to wash my hands. Let me grab my spoon. Okay, so to my clean bowl, I'm gonna add these potatoes. Hopefully they're soft already. I didn't check. Let me check. They look soft to me. This one doesn't feel that soft. Okay, that's okay. Not a problem. Let's take these potatoes out, and I'm going to put them right in here. And I'm going to dump this water out, and I'm going to start off with, I think it's 1 cup. I'm not sure. I have to check the ingredients. So let's just put that here on the side. Okay, that's it. There are no more potatoes in here. Let's get rid of this. I won't use that starchy water. Okay, so I'm gonna add a cup of water to this. I'm gonna put it on the pan, and then I'm going to grab some milk. I don't think this is the real milk. This is some lactate milk free. I like my whole milk, but you know what? I got this and I'm gonna use it. They were also handing this milk out, so I took it. It's whole milk, except it's just lactate free. So put that back in. And here's my potatoes. This is the one that I'm gonna put inside here when they're ready. I didn't read the ingredients. It says 2 cups. So that's not enough water. I'm gonna add another cup. Where's the cup? Oh, okay, got my cup. That's half a cup. I think I should do it now. I was using 3/4 of a cup, so I'm just like winging it a little bit. But I think that that's perfect. So I'm gonna put this to the side. And I'm gonna mash my potatoes with some butter. And my chicken is cooking really nice. Yes. I'm gonna lower the heat a little bit. It's cooking too. Okay, that's good. All right, so I'll turn them on and I'll turn them over in about another 10 minutes or so. Just to make sure, at least 20 minutes and then another 20 minutes. All right, so let me get my masher. Where's my masher? Okay. Someone took my masher. I can't find it. Okay, found my masher right here. All right, so I want to get that little tiny bit of butter. Okay, I want to get that little butter. It's only a little piece, is maybe about a tablespoon only. But like I said, this has a lot of ingredients to it, so I'm just going to take it and I'm going to mash it. I got the butter, and it's cold. It'll get soft in a few minutes, but just mash them in there. I just got this. They weren't that hard. They were good. I just like little pieces of potato in my potato. A little bit of potatoes in my potatoes. Okay, so. That's good. They're nice and mashed now. So, I'm just going to wait for the water to boil. Let me taste it. I want to taste a little piece of this, little stringy stuff. Let's see. Yeah, no flavor. Okay, so I'm not worried about that because I'm going to add that one that has a lot of flavor, and I think that's going to be just fine. So I'm going to leave it back there. I have my little bit of gravy there. When that evaporates, I could add more. So let's just wait for a few more minutes because this is coming to a boil really quickly. And then I can make my mashed potatoes and put them in there. And then I can cover them up. And then it's going to be a waiting game on this. I know my broccoli has been in here a while. So I'm just going to flip it over to the other side because it has really big stalks in there, which I'm going to eat the stalks, but I want them to be a little tender. And this one, all the seasonings went on it. See how big the stalk is? That's why I want to bring it down and make sure it gets cooked in the water. Alright, so I'm going to put this in, I guess, for another 5 minutes and see if these stalks get a little softer. Or another 4 minutes. I already put it for 4 minutes, so I'm going to put it for another 4 minutes. Hey, my water boiled over. It's not a problem. I'm going to take this chicken, I'm going to push it to the back right here. And I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to grab my mashed potatoes. I already have my little spatula, I'll just use this. I'm just going to put it in there and give it a little mix. Once you mix it all, it says to just let it sit. So that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Now I'm just gonna let it sit because that's gonna absorb everything. And I'm almost done. I'll show you how I put this in, but I just gotta let it sit because it's already stiffening up already. It's already getting that texture. This is gonna be cooking a while. I'm just gonna reduce the heat a little bit on that side because I didn't. And like I said, I'm going to wait until I'm going to leave this uncovered for now because I want all this to cook up good. See? We're just going to leave it like that. Let it cook like this without being covered because I want it to evaporate some of those juices. Okay, so my potatoes are done. Now I'm going to grab my, where was that? My scissor fell. Okay, so this is my potatoes right here. They're already all mashed into little tiny little snaky things. Alright, so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to give this a mix. And I'm just going to pour it in there. And then I'm going to give it another mix. And then I'm going to cover it. First I'm going to mix it up in here. Excuse me. I'm going to mix it all up in here. And then I'm going to put it back in the pot and cover it so it can stay nice and warm. So I'm just going to go in a little bit so it could get incorporated. So I can mix it up with the other one. And like I said, this has enough flavor. I don't have to add anything to it. I'm just making sure that it mixes really well. Did you see that? Did you see what I'm doing? And this looks like a really nice, thick potato. I had to use those potatoes because you know I got that big 10-pound bag from Aldi's on that Thanksgiving haul that I made. So I have a lot. And whatever I have a lot of, I'm going to use that first. And whatever could wait till later without spoiling or going bad, then that'll be it. But yes. Okay, so let's put this away. And I'm going to take my potatoes. Okay. I'm going to put them right in here so they can stay nice and warm. I love me some good mashed potatoes. And I tasted it, so yes. It tastes very good. Alright, so I'm going to put that there. I'm just getting my finger. So there's my potatoes. They're really nice. They look awesome. They don't need anything else. So that's it. And I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to give it a cover up real quick. Okay. I'm going to cover my potatoes and I'm going to move them to the other stove because I'm not ready to use them yet, but I will like this. So yummy. Okay, so there's my clean spatula. I'm going to get rid of this. Pick up my scissors. Alright guys, I'm gonna let this cook up. I'm gonna turn it around. Look at all the little pieces of onions in there, really nice. Very nicely. See, I told you they'll go down and they'll shrink up a little. But it's looking really good. I want this side down. Okay, that's good. See, they're already getting smaller. That one's smaller. And I'm going to turn this one around. This one and the last one in the middle. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to cover it again. But I'm only going to cover it for like half an hour because I'm just going to cover it till it comes to a full boil. And then I could lower down the heat a little bit because on the top it was kind of cold, so I just flipped it. But We're gonna continue to cooking this, and then I'll be back, okay? Don't fret, my pet, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. This has been cooking about half an hour more, but I'm thinking that I need to transfer it to this pot here because it's like pouring out all over the place. So I'm just gonna transfer it right here onto this pot. I think it'll work better in here. It's already getting nice and soft, so I think I'm gonna flip them one more time instead of putting them how they were. Okay, like that. Okay, that's good. I'm doing good. And I just gotta put one more in here. I can leave it right there on the side. It's already getting nice and soft. Look, the meat is coming off in my hand, but you know what? I just want to change it because look at the mess that is making on my stove. Horrible. Alright, so I think this is better. And you can see already that is losing most of the water. You can see all the bits and pieces of onions, which I love. So I'm going to transfer to this pot and I'm going to let it cook. I'm going to put this on and I'm going to try to bring it to high heat. That's the back one. So I'll be back in another half an hour, okay? Let me clean that mess. Oh, hi everybody. I'm nearly done now. This is cooked down. It's been cooking for like an hour. You see most of the sauce has already evaporated. There's really not a lot of sauce there, but I still have this that I have to put in it. So what I'm gonna do is, look, this water, it's so liquidy. That won't sit right on my potatoes. So I have a tablespoon right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my cornstarch and I'm gonna put 1 tablespoon cornstarch, maybe just a little bit more. Okay, 1.5 tablespoons, all right, of cornstarch, because that's gonna thicken it up where you can actually have a little gravy. It got me. That's right. It's not a problem. So this is looking really delicious, and this little bit of the gravy is gonna help. This chicken is completely done. It is like falling apart with me just turning it, okay? And since it's so hot, I'm just gonna put it right there, there, over there. Let me raise the heat. Oh, that's the wrong side. Okay, raise the heat. I'm just gonna put it in there. I think that's good. Okay. Now what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get a nice thick sauce to this. You can see it already. It's already starting to thicken up. And that's what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. Let this side cook because this side didn't get it, but you could see that creamy effect going on. I could show you with a spoon. Let me just flip this over. Make sure all the cornstarch gets incorporated. Oh boy. And you can see all the onions, everything. Can't take my eyes off of it. Okay. And I already tasted a little piece of the meat. And guys, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like turkey with gravy. Just like turkey with gravy. You can make your chicken, see? It's already falling apart. So, and this sauce, let me get my spoon. Look at the difference now. Look. See how nice and thick that is? Now that's just gonna sit perfect, perfect, perfect with our mashed potatoes, right? Okay, so I'm gonna push it to the back because it's really high heat. I don't want it high anymore, and I could cover it now, and I could just bring it to hardly nothing. Okay, so I have a little pan here, and I have some oil. I'm gonna use regular oil for this, and I'm gonna put some in my pan, and I'm gonna fry my little my little cracklings, because I cannot let them go to waste. So I think that's a good amount. All right, so let me just get this out of the way. I need to make cornstarch. I'm down to like 2 tablespoons maybe. And this is great whenever you want to thicken up any stews or anything. So I'm just going to leave this right here because I'm going to use it. And look at all that gravy. So delicious. Alright, so let's cover this up and wait for this to start coming to a fry. Okay, let me just get my rag here. I just want to wipe this down because we got to do our chicken skins. That's like the best part, the most exciting part of the meal, even though everything is super delicious. And I hope you make this recipe because you're going to find out how delicious this is. And I just used 1 little packet of beef gravy. That was it. That was it. Not a lot of veggies. Not a lot of everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a piece right here. That's like a little piece of chicken. Let's test it. See if it comes to a fry. No, not yet. Okay, so I'm going to give you another minute, and this is all my skin that we're going to fry up into nice little cracklings. I love this. My mother does it sometimes. She goes and buys a big pack of chicken, and she doesn't want to cook the skin, so she puts it in a little bag for me and puts it in the ice box, and then she'll let me know, want to have some chicken skins? And I'm like, yes, chicken skins. I'm gonna fry them up. So I didn't put anything to this. Doesn't need anything, just a little ingredients, and I'm gonna see how one of them start frying already. Let's put one in, see what it looks like. Oh yeah, this one rolls right up on me. That's okay. So I know it's nice and hot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw them all in. Not all of them, but just most of them, because you really don't want too many of them or they'll start to make water. You don't want any liquid in this. You want it nice and dry. So I'm just gonna put one more in. And that's going to be fine, okay? So let's get one more in. All right, there we go. So, fry up, baby. That's what's going to happen. They're all going to fry up real nice. It takes a few minutes. You can see they're opening up. Real cute. Real nice. Kitty, kitty, kitty. So excited. All right. So, I'm going to fry these up, and I'm going to come back when I take them out so I can show you what it looks like, okay? So that's what it is. And like I said, I'm not doing nothing. I'm just going to fry them up, okay? I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm back, and look how they fried up. They're so nice and brown. That color is what you're looking for, the little brown color. And if you would have known it better, you probably think that you were eating bacon. So I'm going to take these out, and I'm just going to put them on a plate. Our little chicken cracklings. Make sure you get all the oil out. And these will get thicker. You can already hear them, but they'll get more crispier as they sit. So you could hear it in the... Oh, you can hear that already. All right, so I'm going to put in the next batch. And one more. That's it. Because like I said, I want them to cook up really nice. And this is so good. Ooh, wait. No, this is so good. Wait. That's what I get for not waiting. I did the same thing with the onion rings yesterday. I kept eating, and by the time I served my plate, I was so full. But these are really good. All right. I'll be back. Okay. I'm back. And I fried all the perkling, all the little chicken skins, and they look really nice and crispy. I made all of those little crispy skins. And remember what I said, when you see them dark, it's a good sign to take them out. And they will definitely harden as the air hits it, kind of like bacon. You know, it's dry. You can treat it like bacon. except you fry this in deep oil and bacon has its own oil. But that's what it came out. And I'm so hungry, I'm about to serve some dinner. So I'm just gonna put these chicken skin right there. And I'm gonna move this hot pan out of the way to make room for my potatoes. I got my potatoes there. Let me grab this. I'm gonna move this one over here, and I'll grab my potatoes. I'm gonna put them right here. Look how beautiful my potatoes look. Everything looks beautiful and delicious. Okay, so thank you, Lord, for this food. It looks so good. I'm gonna get a plate and I'm gonna serve. Okay, I forgot. I can't forget the broccoli. My broccoli is now tender. I'm gonna remove that water that it has on it. All right, so there. We don't want to plate full of water. Okay, let me get a plate. Okay, so what do I need? Spoon would help, right? Okay, let's get a spoon. Alrighty now, so let's serve a nice plate. And we have our potatoes. They look really beautiful. They'd be nice. Okay. That's good. It's a nice serving of potatoes. Hold on 1 second. Because I know I'm gonna need 2 spoons. Okay, I don't want to get any. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a little pocket in here like this. I got a nice little pocket right there. And I'm gonna grab some meat. Oh, so beautiful. I'm gonna put 2 little pieces of meat in here. They're so delicious. Okay, so we have some chicken and let's get some gravy. Oh, that delicious gravy is so nice and thick. Look at that. Beautiful thick gravy. And we can't forget some on top of the potatoes. That looks so good. Okay, so we have chicken and now we need to get some broccoli. Let's get the broccoli. And let me get a little knife. So I need a knife. Okay, so do I need a knife? Oh, I didn't even need a knife. Okay, so we're gonna get a piece of broccoli right here. And we'll put another little nice piece of broccoli. Where is it? Okay, that was too big. Too big. Cut them. Yes, that's what the thing is for. Okay, so there we go. We have our nice serving of broccoli. And we take 2 little pork rinds. We can just put them like anywhere on the plate, wherever you want. Like this, but they're super crispy, guys. And there you go. Okay, stop. No more. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a blessed day. And if you like my video, follow it, comment, give me a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you make it so you can enjoy it too. Bye-bye.